Choose your fucking self. Choose your goals. Be accountable to yourself, especially if you have goals, stuff you're working towards, and especially if you consider yourself a reliable person. You would never tell somebody else that you're going to do something. You respect other people's time. You are respecting that person. But when you tell yourself that you have these goals and things you're going to work on, and then you don't fucking do them, that is so much disrespect to yourself and what you're trying to build. Welcome to Forest Fire Rising, the podcast for visionaries and mystics alike. Those who know we are all connected and aren't here for mediocrity, but know they can create anything they desire. A space devoted to helping you root back into your body, your rhythm, and the world around you to become the embodied version of yourself that is safe to receive, express, and blossom into who you always knew you were meant to be. I am your host, Shauna, a college graduate 9-to-5 employee turned creative entrepreneur, breaker of chains, and rhythmic teacher. I am here to guide those who are ready to get back into the flow of nature and flow of themselves. I am on this journey with you, and I am so excited to walk through it together. I am so happy to have you back for another episode. It always makes me so happy and so full of gratitude to realize that you choose to spend 20 or 30 minutes with me every single week. That is absolutely not lost on me. I know that there are thousands and thousands of other podcasts you could be listening to, and I just want to thank you for allowing me this space to share my message, share my stories, and just share my insights about life with y'all. I definitely am getting to a place where I look forward to recording these, and I just am having a lot of fun. Really, just talking about what's on my mind. I know it's a little, sometimes I really psych myself out because I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be talking about this. I'm no expert yet. But really, there is so much freaking potency and power in sharing the journey. And that's exactly what I want to do with you guys. So if you are loving the show, if you're getting anything out of it that's positive, please leave a review on whatever app you're on. And, obviously 5 stars is best, but please leave a review, share it with your friends. That's how people hear about it. So I am filming inside right now. If you're watching on YouTube, you know that. And it's kind of a bummer because I really was enjoying being able to film outside and do stuff outside, but we have these insane wildfires going on both in Canada and northern Minnesota. So I just want to remind you guys to stay safe, limit your time inside or outside. No matter, it might feel it is paining me. I love to be outside. It's hard for it to be summertime and for it to be unsafe, genuinely unsafe to be outside. So just take care of yourself, stay hydrated, limit your time outside. And I'm just sending so much love to anybody that is affected. I've heard it's just so bad. The air quality is so bad. Even it's bad where I am, and I'm hours away from the fires, and it's something that I've never seen before. And it's just such a reminder how special and sacred that our planet is and nature is. And it honestly fucking sucks that a lot of this is happening because of poor forest management. And I just think that, it is up to us to create a change in the future and to vote with your dollar and just do what we can to protect our beautiful earth. So I'm sending love to anybody that is affected, anybody who is in immediate danger, anybody having to evacuate or that is living in a little bit of fear right now because of the fires. But this week I want to talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out. And it's been such a big topic for me for this summer as I'm really realizing where the fuck my priorities lie, what the fuck I want to spend my time on, and all of that good stuff. I think that it's definitely such a learning thing to really find the balance between doing things that make us happy and bring us joy, doing things that need to be done, things that are urgent, and doing things that are priorities, right? There is just such a fine line and balance between all of that, and really learning to be able to say no and decide where we want to put our energy and where we're going to put our time and what is really going to pay off for us in the long run. Because bottom line is that I have said yes to a ton of stuff this summer. I have overgiven to people. I have, let myself really be taken up by the moment. Gotta take a sip of my electrolytes. I hope that you guys are all staying fucking hydrated as well in this heat. In addition to these fires, there is a lot of heat wave going on. It's been in the upper 90s, 90 degrees Fahrenheit for us here the last week. So make sure you're fucking drinking water and taking care of yourself for real, you guys. It is so important. So important. And make sure you're drinking the right kind of water, of course. But, the bottom line is that what you do today, what you're building today, the actions that you do today are going to create your circumstances tomorrow, or a year from now, or 6 months from now, or 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And it all starts today. We plant those seeds today. And you know the saying that the day you plant the seed is not the day that you get to eat the fruit. And that is true with gardening and growing plants, but it's also very true with growing anything. And we are, as a society, are so fucking caught up in instant gratification that it has poisoned us almost and made us make choices and do things that don't align with our higher selves. We are in this such fast moving way of life. It is very much in the masculine. I do truly believe that there is a feminine and a light rising going on right now, and that inevitably the only way for us to survive as a civilization is for the feminine to rise up and really balance out some of these issues that the masculine is giving us. But we live and the masculine is not bad. The issue is not the masculine in general, but the issue is that we are living out of balance. We absolutely need both masculine and feminine energies in our life to be able to prosper and thrive instead of just surviving, right? Because of course you need both. You both need the hustle, you need the goals, the ambition, the organization. All of that is masculine, but of course you need the softness and the nurturing and the deep connection and intuitive power. That's the feminine, and we need both of them. But right now we are very much in a masculine society. We are in a society where we are expected to do the same all the time, and we are expected to just move, go, and consume. And it is causing us a real need for instant gratification and dopamine. We have been conditioned to constantly chase dopamine, and that is like fake dopamine. I don't want to call it fake because it's real in your brain, but like the lasting effects, not effective, damaging, negative, and it just doesn't last. That's the problem with chasing dopamine hit after dopamine hit after dopamine hit, is it doesn't last, and then you are left feeling so dysphoric and unsatisfied. Like, have you ever gone to do something really, really fun? Went to a concert, a music festival. I'm thinking of the term post-fest depression, post-concert depression, where life just does not seem as vibrant when you get home. And it's because you went and you flooded your system with a bunch of happy chemicals, and now you're home and your brain is like, what the fuck is this? I feel empty. And you just are disappointed, and very, very, the word that comes to mind is dysphoric. And that is why that happens, like our dopamine systems and our instant gratification needs are constantly being hit. And then when you do that, when you constantly are getting dopamine from either scrolling or even like comments, positive comments that we are searching for on social media, making a purchase, eating something yummy that might be unhealthy. This is how addictions start, because we start to indulge in the thing. And I guess I'll use cocaine as an example. Cocaine is a drug that is highly dependent on our dopamine system to make people become addicted. But you really can become addicted to anything: food, social media, sex, whatever, in this way. But you you know indulge, you do the thing, you do the drug, and it makes you feel really, really, really good, way more good than you normally feel. And then the next time you do it, it doesn't make you feel as good. So your body's like, what the heck? I want to feel like I did the first fucking time I did this. I want to feel so alive and on top of the world. And then your immediate reaction is to go get more of it. And it just is a never ending cycle unless we start to create habits that create sustainable, real, manageable, and powerful and potent dopamine. Doing things like doing what you say you're going to do, getting morning sunlight, cold plunges. Women, make sure that you're cold plunging during the correct time of your cycle. We should not be cold plunging all the time. But that's how you create it. You need to create real dopamine, because when you do fake dopamine, when you're searching for these little hits of really good feelings, it's causing you to keep searching for more of them. When in reality, if you pull back a little bit and you focus on your priorities, a year from now, 2 years from now, you are going to have a life where you feel good all the time because you have everything you dreamt of. And the bottom line is our search for instant gratification, our need to make it big quick, our need for wanting something to work right away, not persevering through it, not sticking to your plan, not sticking to the goal. It's literally ruining everything that you're working for. It is costing you your dreams in the future, because you are sacrificing those dreams. You're sacrificing the life you could have a year from now for just a little bit of instant gratification, a little bit of feel-good chemicals right now. That's what you're doing. Really, you are throwing it all away. You are deciding that, 10K months and a fucking hot body and meaningful relationships, or whatever your goals are to grow, the new house, the vacation for your family, whatever your goal is, whatever you really want to be doing a year from now, whenever you decide to prioritize something else, you are sacrificing that. And I'm not saying, never have fun, grind, hustle, hustle, hustle. No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying that we really need to recognize a balance. And I personally need to recognize a balance. Like I could have grown my business so much, my online network marketing business. I could have fucking went through that shit so hard with so much ambition and so much. I could have locked the fuck in, and I didn't. And I would have had a huge opportunity to grow my business, and I didn't do that. I chose saying yes to working extra shifts at my part-time job. I chose to hang out with my friends way too much. I chose to focus on music festivals and trying to get everything done in the summer because, I was experiencing FOMO, the fear of missing out. I was afraid that I was not going to get to experience all of these things and what would happen if that happened to me. Because personally, for me, I live in Minnesota. Our summer is like 3 to 4 months of warm weather we get. And the rest of our time is not very suitable to be outside. I mean, you can be outside, but you're not like going to be swimming or going on the lake and camping and all that stuff. So when it comes summertime, it's really, really easy for me to fill my schedule up so full because I want to experience everything. I want to go on every single hike. I want to get to the beach. I want to hang out with every single one of my friends and all of that. And really, the reality is, if I pulled back on some of that stuff, if I chose to put my time with things that really aligned with my goals, I would, a year from now, next summer, I would have the time freedom. I would have a business that's fully working for me to be able to have the freedom to do all that those things. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of time freedom right now. Like, I have flexibility in pretty much everything I do. And that almost makes it harder for me, to be honest, because I'm only accountable to myself. And the first person that you need to be accountable to is your fucking self. Like, choose your fucking self, choose your goals, be accountable to yourself, especially if you have goals, stuff you're working towards, and especially if you consider yourself a reliable person. You would never tell somebody else that you're going to do something. You would never tell your boss or whoever that you are going to get to work at this time and then be late. I mean, it happens, but like, you would not do that. You respect that. You respect other people's time. You are respecting that person. You tell a friend you're going to meet them for lunch at noon. You probably respect them enough to do your best to get there at noon. But when you tell yourself that you have these goals and things you're going to work on, and then you don't fucking do them, that is so much disrespect to yourself and what you're trying to build. Because really, we need to be doing things with the end in mind. And I got that from the book. Let's see, what is it called? What is the book called? It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I 100% recommend that book because it has so many tips for and insights for how to really get into the mindset that we are building for the future. We are growing something deep and not just going day to day. And one of the 7 habits is to think with the end in mind. So everything you do, everything you choose to do every single day, you need to be thinking with the end in mind. You don't need to be thinking about what are my circumstances right now? How do I feel today? You need to be thinking, where do I want to be? What does my future self look like? Who is she and how can I be her right now? What kind of habits does she have? A year from now, you want to be fit as fuck, super hot, in the best shape of your life. You need to start thinking and acting with the end in mind. And your super fit, hot self in the future probably works out a few times a week. They probably eat healthy, balanced meals. They probably walk 10K steps a day. They probably drink 100 ounces of water a day. And she does that. Your future self is somebody that is doing all those things. So you need to be her now. You need to start acting like it. Start doing the habits that is going to bring you to your long game. And it can be hard. I know it's hard because we want that instant gratification. You are not worried about missing a party. You're worried about missing the connection and the feeling that you get when you are with those people, when you are doing the thing. And that feeling is the good feeling, the dopamine, the amazing serotonin, and those feelings are great. I'm going to reiterate, I absolutely am not saying you have to hustle, never ever see your friends, never ever doing anything fun. No, but I am saying you need to balance because at the same time, we are not going to be able to create things in our life if we're not experiencing joy, right? Like, you don't want to not have time with your friends. But if you lock in right now, next summer, you'll get to say yes to every gathering. 2 years from now, you can be doing whatever the fuck you want every single day. because you have built a life of freedom. You have built a business that is working for you. You have made those decisions. So what you're doing now is costing you who you could be and what you could be later. And that's why I'm just so ready to just lock in and really tackle this FOMO and chase real dopamine, really, spend time in nature, get things done. Because when we do what we say we're going to do, it really, really strengthens our confidence and our trust in ourselves and really who we know we can be. Like, if you set a goal and you say, I'm going to fucking do that, your brain might not believe it. You might think like, oh, it's fine if I bend a little bit, if I miss X, Y, and Z, whatever. But when you start doing it, when you set a goal, when you say you're going to do something and then you do it, you tell yourself, I am somebody who fucking does what they say I'm going to do. I am that bitch that does that. And then when you set a goal, the more and more times you do that, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So you set your goal, you do it, and then you're showing yourself, I can do this. I do this. I absolutely am so 100% in my soul, in my heart, so certain that I am somebody that can do this. You're telling yourself that. So the next time you set a goal, no problem, no fucking question. It's going to happen. I do what I say I'm going to do. I make shit happen. I get shit done. That is where your mindset is going to go from practicing these things. So I am transferring FOMO to JOMO. It's no longer the fear of missing out. It is the joy of missing out. I am so stoked to say no to plans. I am so stoked to be missing out on that instant gratification, on that quick dopamine, because what I'm doing instead is building something that is so exciting and so big and so worth it that I'm so fucking happy about it. I have so much joy about it. No longer FOMO, more JOMO. And sometimes it can be really hard because we have things that are going on. This is also from the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I don't remember if it's one of the habits or just something that he said with another one of the habits. But we really need to be thinking about what our priorities are, not what is urgent. Sometimes things can seem really, really urgent, and they are not necessarily a priority for our bigger picture, right? So like for me, summer, going on a camping trip, going hiking, going kayaking, I've done plenty of that. I will do plenty of that the rest of the summer, but not too much of it because I have goals to crush. But anyway, those things, they all seem super urgent. Summer is here. I need to do them now. But are they a priority? No, they're not. My business is a priority. My growth is a priority. My health is a priority. Having fun every day is not a priority. It feels urgent, but it's not a priority. Sorry for this little cut. I ran out of phone storage, but the clip that I just recorded, that it stopped me, was 22 minutes and 22 seconds. So that's exciting. And yesterday I was purchasing some hair products and my total was 22. So that's exciting. We love signs and synchronicities and all the beautiful things like that. Over here, of course, we are spiritual babes. But I was actually just about to wrap the episode up anyway. So I just want you guys to really think about where you're putting your time, where you're putting your energy, and what that is costing you in the future. Is spending your money on nights out, on out to eat and whatever, instead of investing your money in a business or investing your money in yourself? Is that really paying off? Is spending your time with your friends or watching TV or watching Netflix or whatever, is that really going towards your higher goals or your higher your higher self, higher purpose is what I was going to say. Like really think about that. And again, I'm not saying you can't have fun. I'm not saying that you should spend no money on fun stuff. I'm still going to buy a bunch of concert tickets for the rest of the year. Like, duh. But what I'm not going to do is go get a coffee every day because I'm bored. I'm not going to spend a night watching Netflix because these shows are made. Again, everything is made. The system is made to keep us chasing all of this stuff. That's why, things are getting louder and brighter and more stimulating because they want us to pay attention. They want us to be unable to turn away because it makes them money and keeps us small. But when you are able to break out of those habits, break out of that way of thinking, you can create so much for yourself. I'm telling you, you can do it all. You literally have so much power when you take your power back on your time and your energy and your money and put it places that are going to bring you to the freaking top, to where you want to be. Think about where you want to be in a year right now. Right now, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to picture what you want your life to look like in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years. I want you to picture it. And like, it really is watching another episode of Netflix. Is that worth it? Is buying the latest fast fashion or a little stupid toy trend, is that worth this life that you're picturing right now? Probably not. So my challenge for you this week is to just really think of something that you can pull back on, something that you can omit that is not serving you, that's not serving your greater good, that you can put something else there instead. Freaking get off your phone, stop scrolling, and read a book about business, read a book about spirituality, about healing instead. That's an example. Say no to coffee with your friend, coffee with your mom, and work on your business instead. Work on your brand instead. Say no to a night out. Say no to spending $100 on drinks and put that $100 into an investment. Buy a course, start a business. Really, that's my challenge to you. It really sounds like a big challenge. I know, but it will behoove you to be doing that. It will behoove me to start doing that. And yeah, I love you all so much, and I hope you have an amazing night, an amazing day wherever you are, whatever time it is. Stay well.